as I mentioned, I just don't see it. I love the Phillies to make the playoffs. They're now still 2 games out of first place in the National League East because the Braves won last night against the Colorado Rockies 6-5. But the Phillies could have gone back down to 3 games. The great thing about it is that they didn't. Aaron Nola, yet again, September continues to bite him in the butt. For whatever reason, Aaron Nola loses his mojo come September. Yesterday unfortunately, was no exception to that rule. He goes out yesterday, and I can't remember a time where his curveball looked that flat. Even in days, as we said throughout this season, where he did not have his best stuff. Oh, despite Aaron Nola not having his best stuff, he still fought in there. He still fought today. Yesterday, he did not have anything close to his best stuff. Fastball looked flat, and his curveball, watching him throw curveballs yesterday was like watching humpback liners come out of the guy's hand. Those humpback liners that you'll see hit to the shortstop or third baseman or second baseman, where you'll just see like they just stand there and they wait for what feels like an hour to just pluck that ball out of the sky. That's what it looked like. Slow, almost deliberate. It looked like molasses coming out of his hand yesterday. And, of course, the Washington Nationals were able to take full advantage of that. They were able to just tattoo those balls into the bleachers or into the gaps, and that's how they built their 6-0 lead. And even when Aaron Nola was pulled from the game, they still were driving in runs left and right. So they get down 6-0. You figure, how are they going to come back from this? And how do they come back from it? Well, as Joe Girardi said last week, if they're going to go on a run, like they have now, they're going to have to get contributions from everybody in their lineup. And they got contributions from Andrew McCutchen, who had been cold and now is hot all of a sudden in this Phillies lineup. You look at how he just played this game yesterday. Both pitches that he was able to drive to bring in runs were pitches that were not pitches to hit. They were down in the zone. They were 2 inside, and he was able to turn on them and put them in the gap. We put it in the left center field gap for the 3-run double that he had that made it a 6-3 ball game. Went down and got that baseball. The next time he stepped to the plate with a chance to drive in some runs, did the same type of thing. A little bit of a harder pitch to hit because it was even further down in the zone, still over the middle of the plate, but further down in the zone, and he timed it perfectly, put it back up the middle, and they got the hit. So Andrew McCutchen has come around for you. Nick Maton, now back with the big league ball club. Good to see you, Nick Maton. 0 for 7 going into yesterday as a pinch hitter during the season. Now, keep in mind, in the beginning of the season, we thought, Nick Maton, this guy's got something. Turned out not to be the case. Goes back down to the minors, comes back up for September, and all of a sudden you see him start to hit the baseball. Yesterday, you saw him put the bat on the ball. He hit it right at the second baseman, and as luck would have it, he's able to drive in a couple of runs off that play. Then even later in that inning, you have Odubel Herrera step to the plate. He hits a ground to the second baseman. There's a hesitation there. They actually end up getting another run because Odubel Herrera was able to beat out the throw thanks to that little hesitation by the second baseman. All these little things are coming together. You have McCutchen looking like he's going to get hot from the plate. You got guys coming up from the minor leagues like Veerling, for instance. Now Maton, they're contributing now at the big league level again. And then you see a guy like Odubel Herrera actually put together a nice little modest 6-game hitting streak. And you have on top of that, Bryce Harper hitting the baseball with great consistency, as he's really been doing over the last 2 months of the season. So, look, if the Phillies are going to do this, if they are going to make the playoffs, if they are going to push for the wild card, whatever it might be, you need all these clicking, all these instances clicking. And you know what? Joe Girardi talked about that yesterday during his post-game press conference where he said basically what momentum can be. And momentum is interesting. I like what he said about the momentum. Here's Joe Girardi on the Phillies' established momentum right now.
Momentum is what? The next day starting pitcher, right? But I think what it continues to show is that we always have a chance to come back. And that's important for teams to have that feeling that, yeah, you can get down, but hey, get a couple guys on. Let's see what happens. You know, Kutch comes up with a big double that scores 3, and all of a sudden we're back in the game. You know, and that's important that you have that feeling as a team and
never out of it. Those are always things that we would say about any team that we've watched with the Phillies that had a solid lineup. And of course, what do we go back to? We go back to 2008 all the time when we talk about a lineup and never feeling like you're out of it, always feeling like something special could happen, feeling like if you're at a game or if you're watching the game at home, you don't want to go to, you don't want to get up and go to the kitchen, you don't want to get up and go to the bathroom. If you're at the game, you don't want to get up and go to the concession stand because Bryce Harper's coming up. You feel like something special is going to happen. Now it's like pick your hero type of thing. Now it feels like throw darts at a board to see who's going to be the guy to step up. Andrew McCutchen again, Bryce Harper again, Matt Vierling again. Who's going to be the guy that's going to step up and play the role of the hero? And by the way, for the record, the name of momentum this time around is Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson's your next starting pitcher, and we'll see what he has to offer coming up a little bit later today. I can't wait.